Magandang umaga. Ako po si Trixie Cruz-Angeles, dating kalihim ng press ng Administrasyong Marcos.
Magandang umaga po. I'm former spokesperson Relly Fajardo from President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo's administration. And we are the Spokes.
U.S. master planned communities and studied how cities around the world grow and prepare for the future. As the Philippines grapples with overdevelopment alongside floodings, he's asking us to think once again from the ridge to the reef.
We're privileged this morning because joining our discussion is one of the country's multi-awarded architect, urban planner, and environment planner, Architect Jun Palafox.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining
morning,
us.
sir.
Welcome to the Spokes,
We are
Architect.
honored.
Good morning
We're
po,
honored.
Relly ma'am and Trixie ma'am.
Yes. Trixie,
Thank
okay na,
you.
sir. Okay na ako doon.
Salamat po sa pagtanggap niyo ng imbitasyon, Architect. We know that you just came from the hospital last
Yeah.
week, no?
Are you
But
feeling
you're
better?
here, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to see that you're
I fell
better.
down. I had a bad fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So, okay na.
Thank you. We'll be praying for your full recovery,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you.
Sir, as a child, you had been working on making miniature cities, ano ba yun, miniature buildings.
Yeah.
Could you tell us how you
Yeah.
got interested in this?
Yeah, some children would do sandcastles.
Yes.
Then I would do townships, mountains, cities, bridges. So when I was named hard invited to help plan the desert town of Dubai, I remember it. The sun, the desert.
So, not sand castles, but
Yeah.
Dubai. An entire... So, yeah.
How did your father, kasi your father po was a doctor and your mother was a teacher,
Teacher,
right? And how it's good that they were able to support your interest kahit iba po yung profession nila, the
Yeah.
parents niya.
In fact, my first vocation was priesthood.
So,
I
ex-convent
stayed
kayo.
4 years in the seminary, SBD Divine Word in
I
Quezon
see.
City. Then, 4th year, I made a discernment, and I think architecture for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Innate talaga eh, no? Kahit
nga
nung
eh.
bata siya, gusto niya talaga yun.
so, you took up architecture in UST.
UST, then
And then
I
urban planning in UP.
then postgrad in Harvard. I
Nice.
took up 8 courses over 8 years. But I guess lectured in Harvard before I became a student.
So, when did you realize that a building wasn't enough?
I think even when I was little child, in the seminary,
Okay.
we were translating in Latin back to English the Greco-Roman
All right.
cities. Yeah.
So, the classical
Classical, yeah.
structures.
Yeah.
And then,
And then
after,
when I went to
kasi
architecture
from buildings, now you're into townships.
yeah. When I went to UST for my architecture, even my thesis, instead of just one building, it was a campus of buildings.
I see.
I could have done
Yun-
just one building as my
correct.
thesis. Yeah.
It couldn't stop, na? Diretso na sa So, then, what
So, isn't
Okay,
enough, yeah. Yeah, as you said, an architect usually may ask, what can we build here? But a planner may also ask, should we even build here? Is that a fair way to ask, to say that?
Yeah.
Or ask
You
that?
know, I think 15 years ago, I was a guest speaker in the remaking of Mumbai.
okay.
So our suggestion was all the building structure vulnerable to disasters, demolish them, and come out with new buildings, a la Singapore, with more open spaces. And I've been a guest speaker in 21 countries, with projects in 40 countries. So a lot of travels also. So I learned a lot from traveling.
You learned a lot from other country structure.
Why do you think that one of the biggest mistakes in the Philippines is that we approve projects first?
Yeah, it's really, there were plans not implemented.
Yes.
In fact, 1905, Daniel Burnham planned Manila,
Yes, the Burnham plan.
Burnham plan,
plans.
and 2009, Baguio,
Okay.
the same time as Chicago. So we were following the Burnham Plan until 1945, 46. After we became a strong republic, we threw it away. And our model was Los Angeles, which is planned for the automobile,
Yes,
not
and
for the
it's
pedestrian,
sprawling, that's
bicycle,
true.
and public transit.
But why
with,
did we? Is it because of the leadership? Or what happened? Why
Yeah,
did we not
I
continue the
think
plan? Or implemented the
I've been
plan?
writing in my articles. What we need is visionary leadership with strong political will, good appreciation of good urban planning, good design like architecture engineering, and good governance, excellent management. And I see that in the ruler of Dubai, the Singapore, and Scandinavian countries.
So you were talking about, redesigning certain cities. You demolish the structures that are vulnerable so that you can create more open space. Do you think there's hope for the city of Manila?
I think there is urban renewal.
Yes.
In fact, the title of the conference in Mumbai was "Remaking of Mumbai,"
Okay.
and the Philippines, and if I may, India has the same democracy.
Okay.
But they were able to do it. I think it was a strong political will.
How long did it take them to do that?
I
Architect?
think about 15 years.
Oh, 15
Yeah.
years.
You go to
Kasi-
Mumbai now, it's completely different from when I spoke about 15 years ago.
So if we're talking about 15 years implementation of the project, in our case, we change our leadership every 6
Yeah.
years.
Three
it
for
is-
locals.
Yeah, so 3 for locals. So I don't know, will that
Yeah.
work? Because the continuity of the project.
In fact, I was hired by Asian Development Bank to help as external consultant for the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028. And I commented, how come our planning here is electoral calendar? Not long-term visionary, it's short-term and opportunistic. And that's why at Palafox, what we do, immediate action, short-term, medium-term, long-term, and visionary. In fact, we plan towards 2050, well into 2100, our plans.
Architect, Attorney Trixie, if I may, Architect Palafox was also helped us in Palayan City.
Palayan.
To make
Nice,
he was actually the one who led the master planning of the city. Unfortunately,
In fact,
it was not already implemented.
that task force, I think your dad said, in the one in charge of Fort Magsaysay,
Yeah.
they call it Palaform. Palayan and Fort Magsaysay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because the Fort
Palaform.
Magsaysay cantonment area is located in Palayan City.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
So that's one of actually what we wanted to highlight
So
as
his
well.
dad and I think General Braganza, the head of the fort. Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, it boils down to leadership and at the same time to do sustainability after
Continuity.
the continuity after the election.
Sec Relly, kamusta ang Palaya naman?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, no, unfortunately, hindi na natuloy yung plano. Attorney Trixie.
But the plan was created.
The plan was created. Architect Palafox helped us. It was actually during the time of my parents already. But, there was a very limited time already to implement it. And plus the fact that we didn't have the budget for that at that time. So, it was a long-term vision of my
Tama si
father.
It was a-
Architect, electoral
it's a-
planning.
It's a civic center.
Yes.
Not just a Capitolio,
Yes.
but even with housing.
Yeah.
So for the employees, walkable into the Capitolio. Yeah.
So,
Sorry,
Sorry. Go ahead.
Ang daming tanong kasi,
go ahead.
architect.
Yeah.
So in 1976, the Philippine government asked you to create a master plan for the entire Philippines. Ano po nangyari
It's
doon?
World Bank funded.
Oh, yes.
I was the team leader and senior planner. And we said that time, our team said, with a do-nothing scenario, we'll have catastrophic traffic,
Yes.
flooding, not prepared for disasters, lack of decent housing, garbage problem. That's
Parang yan.
50 years ago.
nangyayari.
50 years ago. And I was working about 22 foreign consultants who work on London, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Hong Kong. And we could have been our plans could have been even better than Singapore and Kuala Lumpur.
So, but it's existent. The plan was completed.
Yeah, completed. That's why when I was invited and name hired to help plan the desert town of Dubai, Sultan Khalifa of Dubai came to invite me here, and I told him, if you can wait 4 months, because I have a commitment with Philippine government to finish the projects.
So, nauna pala tayo.
Oo.
Yeah,
Mas nauna pa tayo, kaya lang hindi na na-implement.
because I was a full scholar of UP, funded by UNDP
Okay.
and UP and Department of Public Works, Transportation and Communications. As educational band, I have to work at least 2 years for Philippine projects.
Yes, may ano
Balikan-
yan eh. May
Balikan natin yung
terms
Dubai
ng-
project niyo siguro, Atty. Trixie.
Yeah.
No? You were talking earlier about your Dubai project. What exactly did you do there
Yeah.
and what happened?
Urban planning of the whole emirate. And I set up the standards for architectural guidelines. Because in Dubai, bawal ang pangit na building. So some architects from Europe and US, they were a bit upset with me because I was interfering with their architectural facade.
Yes.
Another one is infrastructure. Yeah, like utilities, no overhead wires. Then roads should have landscaping, sidewalk, not just the roadway. That's why our roads here, when there's it's completed road, it's not complete.
I
It
see.
has no trees and landscaping. Most of the time, wala rin sidewalks.
So, no, bawal pangit na building. Ano ko doon? Na-stuck ako doon. But what are the standards? When do you say na building is pangit?
Yeah, like when apply for a building permit, it's not just your lot plan. You submit an affection plan. How you affect your neighbors. Contextual.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time I
Affection
heard
plan.
about that, no? That's a good
Affection
term.
plan.
Affection plan.
Affection
Kasi-
plan. And also urban design. Urban design is everything you see from the window, in between buildings. We don't have that here. When you build building, wala ka ng pakialam sa in between buildings.
So, do you think, as an urban planner, I assume that environment directly affects people's behaviors in cities,
Yeah.
diba?
I think it was Winston Churchill who said,
Yes.
we design our buildings, then our buildings will shape us. And I paraphrase that, we plan our environment, then our environment will shape us.
And in Dubai, desierto kasi yung Dubai
Yeah.
Attorney Trix. What were the challenges that you had to undergo when you were
You know,
building?
They're so fast. Let's say I do the terms of reference, do the conceptual design. Every 2 weeks yun, yun ang deadline. And then the rule of Dubai would tell us, after he approves it, invite the best in the world who will work with you. So I would shortlist 5 firms to compete who will work with us.
I see.
So fast.
So,
And then every 2 weeks there's a deadline.
pero, you built something out of desert. Eh.
Yeah.
So, hindi ba issue yung water when you were creating it?
I think when we were 270,000
sandstorm.
population, we designed the infrastructure for 2 million people.
I see.
They were always ahead. And the water, recycled water, then there were oases, they pump it in, and desalination. In fact, even our house had 2 water lines. One is recycled water from the sewage treatment plants to irrigate the garden.
Yes.
Also, energy, electricity, 2 lines. So just in case there's a brownout, half of the house is still energized.
Galing, no?
Yeah.
High-tech na. And your plan, the entire plan that you drafted for Dubai, everything was implemented, architect, together with the other firms that you
Implemented
mentioned?
better than our plans. Because
Even better than your
they
plans.
keep updating it. And because Dubai, they always want to be the first and the best, the largest in the world.
And your budget, kasi yun ang kasi
Okay.
Dubai, hindi problem yung
Iniisipin mo
pera
talaga
eh.
yun.
No,
Hindi
Dubai
katulad sa
actually,
atin.
I think 2% lang ang oil income. 98% is from tourism, shopping, dining, and real estate. Yeah. And they keep borrowing money. Yung tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa, the money came from Abu Dhabi. The ruler of Abu Dhabi was Sheikh Khalifa. Oh. Yeah.
So at the time, I assume that Dubai wasn't quite as rich as it is now.
Yeah.
They were planning to be
Kasi
rich.
they had to borrow money to implement the plan.
Borrow money and a lot of foreign direct investments. They import and export. Like we have gold, they export more gold than us.
Oh, they
Import,
do?
re-export. Even cars, they import, re-export. Yeah, even gold nga, yun, pati import, re-export. They're so intelligent, the rulers of Dubai. In fact, there are kiosks in Dubai. You can make a suggestion to the ruler of Dubai. And I was able to speak with the ruler of Dubai at that time.
So it's an open government.
Open. And I think he gave us 5 challenges. Design Dubai as if there's no oil.
Okay.
Create a garden city out to desert. So garden soil imported from Pakistan, irrigation from Germany, flowers from Holland, and then make Dubai as the best city in the Middle East and North Africa, and then go around the world with your family and get inspiration from the best cities. And,
I think yun no?
Oo,
Attorney
nga,
Trixie,
tama.
you really have to learn from the best.
yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
And there's such a big universe out there.
And they don't just copy and improve.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why when I came back to, because Dubai said also, design Dubai as if there's no oil. Bring Dubai to first world in 15 years. So I want cities in the world that became first world in 15 years. Like San Francisco, Go West Young Man, Gold Rush,
Yes.
then construction boom, trading center, aerospace center. Now it's information technology center. Hong Kong. I went to Hong Kong. It started with opium. Then ito nga,
yes.
may pag-asa pa tayo.
Cebu din, ganun.
Then trading center, Magic Point Center, especially the refugees from mainland China. And then Singapore. They were lucky to have, they have Lee Kuan Yew.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're,
The largest port, largest airport. Then Zurich and Geneva, from making chocolates and watches. Then they evolved to banking center, tourism center. So that conversation, observation, I brought it to the conversation table in Dubai.
what do you think are the elements of a well-designed city?
Yeah, it should be balanced.
Okay.
Like the Central Business Tract of Makati, although I was formerly Chief Architect Urban Planner of Ayala Group,
Yes.
even then I told them, Makati CBD is not a good plan
Okay.
because there's no balance between jobs and housing.
I see.
And
Okay.
employees of Makati Central Business District travel 3 hours to 6 hours from their home.
Yes.
Okay, some mayors would come to me. They want it like Makati CBD. I said, this is not the best example. It should be balanced. Like Amsterdam, everything's walkable and bikeable.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you build communities now.
Communities.
That's the idea.
And 5-minute neighborhoods like Rockwell,
Yes.
10-minute communities, and 15-minute cities. Walking, biking, and public transport.
So you have your schools, your churches,
Yeah.
your civic centers.
The open centers,
Government,
open
yeah.
spaces.
Offices.
Compare the
Shopping,
5-minute walking, biking, 15-minute cities with public transit.
So,
It's our advocacy now.
Is that still possible, you think? How long do we do? Yeah, I
Can
mean,
we redo
in Metro
Manila
Manila, you
Yeah.
said it's still possible. But what will it take for us to
In
be
fact,
able to get there?
this administration, the 700 days, they can do our cities sidewalks, bicycle lanes, even pedestrian and bicycle bridges across Pasig River, the creeks, and so on. Because let's say Makati from Quezon City, where's the choke point? Guadalupe Bridge. If we have parallel bicycle and pedestrian bridges, people from Mandaluyong, it's faster to bike rather than taking a car going to Makati and vice versa.
yeah.
It's
Even with the trains?
even with the trains.
I see.
And then even the train station, public transit, within 5-minute, 10-minute walk, we should have higher density housing.
Okay.
What we have here is low density gated communities. I've been saying EDSA, is functioning as 8 parallel roads. Where are the parallel roads? Gated communities and gated military camps.
Pero, sorry, before we take that break, Atty. Trixie, I just want to follow up on that. Kasi I think there were several MMDA chairmen, for example, or mayors who had also attempted what you said, no, to put up bicycle lanes, etc. How come we're not succeeding with those
In fact, we had a proposal with drawings pa. Maybe we just have elevated walkways, bicycle lanes, elevated. Just like by my walkalators then,
Yes.
with vendors. Because security by design, where there are more eyes in the public realm.
That's true.
Yeah, because the EDSA is so, we don't have enough space na. In fact, before I was not in favor of elevated walkways and elevated skyways. Until Ondoy, Yolanda, and Super Typhoon Katrina in New Orleans,
Yes.
and Super Typhoon Wilma in New York and Florida. And I saw the level. In fact, I was in Boston, 8 meters higher than the original roads. They have urban roads 8 meters higher. I think they're already addressing the sea level rise.
Yes.
So the elevated roadways, you enter the 3rd floor of the old buildings.
Kasi bagay in some
Speaking of
areas
that,
in Makati already, si Ayala, yung mga walkways nila are already elevated.
I proposed that 1983.
So,
Yeah.
in Minnesota, we had that skywalk or skyways in tawag namin.
In fact,
So,
our bridges, you can put cantilevered walkways and bicycle lanes.
yun.
Even the skyways, they can put cantilevered bicycle lanes and pedestrian path. Our proposal for
And it's safer.
You're
our
away from
proposal
the
for the
big
bridge
buses.
between Davao and Samal Island, 2-level bridge with bicycle lanes, pedestrian lanes, even with viewing decks.
Yun,
So the
amen.
panoramic view.
Tsaka stopping. You can stop if you're
Yeah.
biking. So whatever happened to the master plan that you created for the Philippines? But before you answer that, the spokes will return after this short break.
The Spokes is back. Still with us is Architect Jun Palafox. So let's extensively discuss what happened to the master plan that you created for the Philippines, Architect. Yeah, going back to Atty. Trixie's hanging question earlier.
Yeah. There was also United Nations Development Program funded project. I just helped. I was not the leading the whole country.
Okay.
And also my dream, even when I was student, we can interconnect the whole country with bridges, tunnels, and so on. In fact, 2006, I presented that in New York.
Okay.
Also interconnecting the 6 continents of the world. And 6 continents of the world. And somebody commented, that would have been less expensive than the Gulf War. Starting with Alaska and Russia. It can be done now. In our country, like Bataan to Cavite, I proposed that many years ago. Or Guimaras, Iloilo, and Negros. I proposed that many years ago.
Interconnectivity.
Interconnectivity.
Then from ridge to reef, what is that all about?
Yeah. Reach to reef from the top of the mountain, the highlands, the midlands, the lowlands, and the coastline, the reef. In metropolitan Tokyo, going down there, harvest the water with smaller dams.
Okay.
Yeah. And during rainy season, we could harvest the water. Dry season, we could use that water. Yeah. And even time of President Gloria, I submitted, I think, about 60 recommendations. And she approved it. Like dredging of Laguna Lake, Parañaque Spillway. If we cannot do the open canal for the spillway, we can do a smart tunnel. Stormwater and road tunnel at 3 levels. That the 2 levels could be a roadway. And then the lowest level spillway. During the worst flooding, the whole tunnel could be a spillway connecting Laguna Lake and Manila Bay. I proposed that 2006.
Okay.
We could have finished this 2016. The same smart tunnel was done in Kuala Lumpur. They were able to plan, design, and construct it in 6 years. So it should have been completed by 2016.
So mga plans that you have created, Particularly yung dun sa 1976 plan, ano yung nagawa, if any?
Partly yung LRT.
Okay.
But we should have completed 8 lines by 1992. Where are we
Should
now?
have,
We're just
ay.
doing MRT7.
Oo nga, no? Oo nga, no?
And then yung Mangahan Floodway,
Yes.
to protect Manila from flooding, diverted to Laguna Lake, hindi naman ginawang spillway. That's why after Ondoy, I said, Laguna Lake is like a toilet without a flush. With 22 rivers plus the Mangahan Floodway. And what happened in Ondoy, if I remember the figures, 4,600 cubic meters per second came down from the mountains. And the capacity of Pasig River was only 600 cubic meters per second. And where did the 4,000 cubic meters per second? It flooded 90,000 hectares of land around Laguna Lake, Marikina River, and the low-lying areas of Metro Manila. What's 90,000 hectares of urban land? Larger than Singapore. Singapore is only 73,000 hectares. And most of our recommendations, President Gloria approved them, including the Smart Tunnel Spillway. We had a Dutch architect working with us that time. And he said, in Netherlands daw, yung mga heavily flooded areas, they relocate them. I told him, private properties in our country, sacrosanct. You cannot do that. So my recommendation, we elevate the city above the floodlines. Kasi during Onday, even families died because flood waters came in up to the ceiling na. So families could not escape anymore. Or they go to the rooftop. Yeah. We could have learned our lessons there. Yeah.
And the plan is just there, no?
Yeah.
But it
It's
was
still there.
never implemented.
Like if you go to Marikina, river was 17 meters yata above sea level.
Yes.
So our proposal was your home, even the maybe Meralco Post, your fence, mark the flood line. So when we conceptualize SM Marikina, the flood levels above the shopping area,
Yes.
only parking below.
Oo.
Anyway, you can bring out the cars before the floods come in.
See. But you talk about, you prefer talking about water resource management rather than flood control.
Yeah. It should not just flood control. That's why water resources management, you start from the mountains.
Yes.
Then you manage the water like rainwater harvesting and so on. In fact, like Tokyo, they have a parang cathedral height.
Okay.
They take the floods before it goes to the low-lying areas and harvest the water. Then as mentioned, from ridge to reef, even from the mountains na, you start collecting the water. And during dry season, either you can release the water or they could be used for irrigation.
Parang Banawe rice terraces. Is that how you
Yeah.
were envisioning it?
In fact-
and that can be done in like in the provinces like North and the South Luzon.
Yes, ma'am.
So that bago dumating yung water po dito sa Metro Manila, hindi na ganun ka laki yung volume.
In fact, 2 weeks ago, we saw the president on Ifugao Banawe rice terraces. And
Diba, rice terraces of the Philippine
Yeah.
Cordilleras.
yeah, and they are so smart. No pumping stations.
Yes.
They just use gravity. And that's why our concern was, it used to be 40,000 hectares. It's only 25,000 hectares now.
So, pagka bumabaha sa subdivisions, maybe it's also about the national conversation. So, pag kunwari, bumabaha sa subdivisions, what we talk about is drainage
Yeah.
rather than planning. So,
Yes,
how do you
ma'am.
encourage the
Even our-
conversation?
Parang band-aid solution.
Even our drainage system, flood control system, 75% undersized. Because the 100-year return is, the 100-year typhoons now happening every other year. Almost every public works secretary, I told them.
When you say po the undersize, 75% malaki yon. It means that we have to have a bigger drainage. So how much do we need? I mean, how many drainage are we talking
Also,
about?
one of them is dredge all the rivers. Then the steros
Yes.
that could also collect water, and also collect the water, harvest the water from ridge to reef nga.
Did you notice that the American colonial period city planning, many of them did that. If you look in Quezon, ano ba yung capital ng Quezon? Tayabas, in Tayabas, Quezon. They created, of course, the government building, the Capitol, designed by Juan Arellano. In front of that, there's a park, and underneath the park is a,
Rainwater.
catchment.
In fact, we should do more of this. In fact, I told mayors, even under basketball courts.
Yun,
Yeah.
oo nga, no? Because there's one in every barangay.
Even in Baguio, where the Americans built.
Yes.
Yeah. I think they were able to address it.
If we do
largely.
that, if I'm the mayor, if I do that, how much budget are we talking about for...
If you do a cost-benefit analysis,
Yes.
it's benefits-heavy.
All right.
In fact, you can borrow from Land Bank and DBP. Some of our projects, the whole government project, they borrow from Land Bank and DBP. If you do a cost-benefit analysis.
But will it cost too much, architect, for like one basketball court?
Not much. Not that much.
Kasi I'm asking because small towns, you know,
Barangays, di ba?
although yung mga small towns hindi naman binabaha yun most of
Dapat every barangay should have a rainwater harvesting
dito sa
Yes.
barangays.
and evacuation center.
There's a suggestion before to put one underneath UST. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Ah,
I'm also
you do?
Tomasian, but they did not agree, the Dominicans.
Oo nga eh.
And UST, since we're students, get flooded. In fact, there are technologies like walls to prevent the flood. Automatically, they just go up.
What is the resistance, sir? Where is it coming from? Bakit ayaw po nila?
I don't know the reasons. Maybe
Budget or
they feel like you have to close the football field
disruption.
during the
yeah.
excavation. Disruption.
Okay.
Maybe I should talk to them.
Yeah. kasi yun yung parang nakikita ko na easiest way ngayon, no?
Yeah,
Na
for Sampaloc.
that can be implemented right away by the mayors, by the city.
Maybe
Malate
everything.
has one.
Like
Did you know that?
I talked to the mayor of Manila. Yung golf course.
Yun.
Kasi during the Spanish time, it was a moat.
Yes, yung sa around Intramuros
Yeah,
Falls, yes.
it used to be a moat. Ginawang golf
You
course.
should dig it up.
Yeah.
Complete with crocodiles nga eh.
Kasi yung golf course, konti lang ang beneficiaries.
Yes. Oo nga.
Pero will it
Tsaka
be
ang
enough?
takaw sa
Siyempre,
tubig eh.
At
Gano'ng
least,
kadaming water lang yung mai-impound sa isang basketball court, for example. Will that be enough for
at least the neighborhood or the barangay.
O the barangay at least per barangay. Actually makakailan ka because in one barangay usually there are about 2 or 3.
If we have a network
Yes.
of rainwater harvesting,
mga small impounding.
even in open spaces.
So you talked about Laguna Dibay earlier on. Ano yung role ng Laguna Dibay sa sa flood system natin, sa water
ang dami
drainages?
na namin recommendations na.
Okay.
Dredge Laguna Lake also. A pedestrian path, promenade, and bicycle lanes, Laguna Lake, I think 220 kilometers. Then 27 kilometers Pasig River. Then 190 kilometers Manila Bayfront. Interconnected.
So they all go to Laguna Dibay?
Yung when there are high tide, they go Laguna Lake. When low tide, Laguna Lake goes to Manila Bay.
Yun.
Kaya sa more progressive cities like Amsterdam, they have floodgates.
Yes.
So if the sea level is high, floodgates. It doesn't go to the city.
Baka dito in-attempt namang gawin, kaya lang nga substandard eh.
The original plannings kasi historically, okay naman eh. Kasi like if you look at Tayabas, the American colonial government did. In fact, the oldest waterway systems sa La Mesa Dam and in Quezon City, we're still using them.
Yeah.
But he's right. Kasi because they were built in the early part of the 20th century, maliit na siya compared to
Even
our
the
needs.
60s, yung
Yes.
Balara filters, big swimming pool.
Right. Di ba?
Maybe you were not born yet.
Big swimming pools.
Big swimming pool,
Kasi
Balara.
there's several. Di
Balara.
ba? Sa Balara. You can still see
It was a big swimming pool.
Do you think, architect, that in the Philippines we have so many plans? No? in fact, master plans.
Yeah.
But ano po sa tingin nyo yung isa sa mga magandang plano na namatay? Sayang, you were talking a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Oo.
In fact, we are
Among
so
those-
motivated when we do projects in the provinces. Because the way we plan, even within cities, polycentric, many
Okay.
centers. That's what we did in Dubai also. And because it's Metro Manila centric. So when we're doing projects in Ilocos, Davao, Iloilo, Cebu, they can Batangas, they can help in decongesting Metro Manila. We have been monocentric. Yeah, monocentric. So it should be polycentric, even within the cities. Polycentric, many centers, not monocentric. Kasi under the Spanish colonial, one center. The town plaza, the church, and
Yes.
the town hall, city hall, surrounded by ilustrados and principalia. And then
Kaya rin crowded.
Because
eh.
of the
Diba?
the earlier
colonial town planning Spanish. Then
Yes.
intramuros
Kasi,
for the ilustrados principalia, intramuros inside the wall, extramuros for the Indios,
Yes.
the natives and the
the
sunrise.
hampas lupa.
And sometimes, if you look at the gated communities, parang ganun pa rin.
And before, for the Chinese, the Parians are outside
Yeah,
of the
outside.
walls.
Yeah.
But originally, there was one inside, but later on, palayo na sila ng palayo
Yeah,
until
yeah.
umabot ng Binondo.
Yeah.
So your thoughts that the government is now trying to come up with a law that would shield long-term projects from administration when administration changes. So, but before you answer that, we need to pause for a break, and then we'll come back later. Don't go away.
I think that should be the role.
And this Spokes is back, still with Architect Jun Palafox. But before we answer our hanging question, we'll acknowledge our viewers' comments and questions. Comment from Carl X. Crespo. Sayang ang expertise ni Architect Palafox, hindi nakikinabang ang Pilipinas.
Okay, comment from Jage. With our political state, it will nearly be impossible. No.
From Aisel Himote, I agree with Architect Palafox that there should be strong political will.
And another question from Kenta Roken. Kenta Roken. 15 years will span 3 presidencies. Does revisiting and extending the terms of office help us realize urban planning? That's a good question.
A lot of people online are asking, ay, may hanging question pa pala,
Oo
sorry.
nga, meron tayong hanging question kanina. Pero yung revisiting the architect, what do you think?
Revisiting the...
Revisiting the terms of office to extend. Kasi
Yeah.
you were talking about a 15-year plan.
the continuity. In fact, our advocacy at Palafox, 2050, Philippines is a first world country, first world economy,
Okay.
provided we address challenges like corruption towards good governance, criminality towards
Yes.
better peace and order, climate change, protect, enhance the environment, inequality, poverty alleviation, job creation, infrastructure, better infrastructure. The other one, foreign investments. We need foreign investment. I hope nobody will be angry with me. Number 7 is incompetence.
Yun naman talaga, bakit naman magagalit? Talaga yun ang kailangan.
Three C's and 4 C's. And we can be first world by 2050. Maybe even
Okay.
before that.
And talagang medyo close to impossible.
Correct.
I'm just
In
kidding.
fact, our next book will probably postcards from the future.
Yun.
So we take pictures of the uglification of our country, uglification of our cities.
Totoo yan,
Dapat may ganun
And
talagang
then
visualization.
We'll come out with architectural perspectives, urban design perspectives, hoping somebody in the future will implement it. Postcards in the future.
A lot
Or
of-
from the future.
Can we do that sa during the campaigns, no? Before the election?
We have to remind
Yeah, we
people.
have to
Totoo yan.
remind them.
Kailangan
I hope we
naging
can
part
come-
ng conversation.
Maybe we
Yes,
can
that's a
come
good,
out,
that's a good one.
Even some of our plans sa local government, priority areas for development, we put postcards from the future,
So
That's
a lot
nice.
of people online are asking why experts like you are not more deeply involved in major government projects. Are you asked?
If I may say this,
Yes.
hindi kami naglalagay.
That might be it. Oo nga
Some,
naman.
not all, but sometimes we bid for a project, we are 15 million pesos lower, they give it to maybe less qualified firm or people.
Unfortunately, it's still corruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corruption
And then,
talaga.
Yeah, wala bidding-biddingan lang talaga.
In fact, I asked, how come wala masyadong, they're not for pork barrel, for prevention. I was told, Palafox, you were not born yesterday. State of calamity, wala nang bidding-bidding. Consultants, contractors, suppliers. So, bonanza of corruption talaga.
So let's go back to our hanging question earlier. Your thoughts that the government is now trying to come up with that law that would shield long-term projects. I think more or less you've answered this already, diba? But what are your thoughts again about that?
Yeah, there are good LGUs like Batangas City, Vigan, even in fact Metro Davao. Like Metro Manila is 17 political wheels.
Okay.
So we have a professor in UP, in Metropolitan Governance and Planning, from Boston. Manila should have a governor. Jakarta had a governor who became president, Widodo yata. And he told me, I spoke to him twice, he ran for politics because he was furniture maker, victim of corruption in Jakarta.
So
He ran for office.
inspiration.
Yeah.
May impetus. What's the core idea behind the proposed master plan for, is it just Banawe or the rice terraces of the Philippine Cordilleras, which you and the President have really recently been in discussion?
Yeah. I wrote to him, genuine concern for the Cordilleras, and he responded. In I think less than a week, he called us. And our concern for the Cordilleras. In fact, it's the next program, Cordilleras Banawe. It was to be 40,000 hectares.
Yes.
Now it's only 25,000 hectares.
Yes.
And it needs assistance from the government and maybe even international agencies. We just made a proposal. What should be done?
Yes.
No contract yet, no budget, and so on. Even the Governor Jerry of Ifugao and a European from Poland, he came to our office. His name is Mache.
Okay.
And he was so concerned. He's a tourist. And he will write a book about the Banawe rice terraces. And he said 90,000 tourists going to Banawe rice terraces, mostly Europeans.
What
Yes.
exactly do you plan to do with the rice terraces?
It will be a master plan respecting the environment, culture, and heritage of the...
You will develop the Banawe
Yeah,
rice
we plan it. Somebody will develop them. Heritage, culture, tourism. Because how to make it sustainable, probably the head will be tourism.
Yes.
And with DNR also, they were in the meeting, the DNR secretary and tourism undersecretary.
So parang master plan,
Yeah.
your development master plan.
And thanks to the president, despite his busy schedule, he accommodated us and listened.
There are specific problems with the rice terraces. For example, yun nga, hindi na co-coordinate yung government projects such as DPWH. In one instance, I was aware of this because I was commissioner, is that the road cut some of the irrigation lines, which led to the diminishing of many of the mountain sides. So many of the terraces were there.
Interagency.
Oh, kasi pag dinaanan mo ng kalye,
coordination.
the terraces rely on the cascading system, di ba, ng water. So they were trying to balance,
They
not
damage the
balance,
roads.
tourism.
You know, in Dubai, I was chairing interagency services infrastructure meetings.
Yeah, right.
Before they cut the road, the different utilities should cut it at the same time.
Okay.
And in Dubai, your excavated material is no longer good material. And here, they put it back. In Dubai, you get good material to put it back. It should be sabay-sabay, not one at a time. So power, telephone, drainage, they cut the road at the same time. So everybody give a no objection certificate. If they put that, they cannot cut it again. It's really coordination.
No objection certificate.
No objection certificate. Yeah.
Certificate.
I was not the community chair, but I've been chairing those meetings.
Okay.
So, do you think our procurement and project systems are to focus also on the lowest cost and fast completion? You were talking about bidding earlier.
Yeah. You know, in Dubai, bidding again, we don't get the lowest. We get the average.
The mean. Okay.
Kasi you get the lowest, you might spend time more project management, quality control. If you get the highest, ano naman, parang way off the bid. We get the middle. Yeah. And we negotiate with the one in the middle.
Yeah. May mga terms of references naman kasi, di ba? When you bid it out.
Comment from one of our viewers, Shen Flores says, do you think it's still possible to realize our country's plans from 50 years ago? 50 years.
A lot has happened already.
1976, when I was working in the Metroplan Manila.
Kaya pa ba? Does it need major adjustment?
I think we're looking na at 2050.
Okay.
Because every time we're talking now, we cannot solve the problem. We'll just alleviate the situation. Flooding, traffic, garbage, lack of decent housing, preparedness for disasters. Because we did not implement them for 50 years. So,
sayang yung
2050,
oras, no?
I think that's why I'm writing books already. Like, we have a book, I got a Best Author Award, sold out.
Do we have a plan for the 2050?
We're doing it, not for
now.
government. Ano namin, I call it patriotic architecture.
Oo, bayan muna.
The one we did,
una,
yung towards resilient cities community, got sold out, and I got a Best Author Award.
Nice.
So, hindi na talaga applicable yung 50 years ago. We have to
Update it kasi
already.
different population, market condition. Oo.
We're now the portion of our program where we ask tough questions. So, medyo rat-rat to, sir, ha? The Pasig River flood control has worked and it was implemented by JICA. Do you think foreign groups should handle all our flood control projects?
I've given 3,500 drawings for Pasig River
Okay.
from the time of Ming Ramos. It's
Itaming,
still to be implemented.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave it to the government.
So it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, 3,500 drawings.
Okay, so which for you is more dangerous? Is it too much politics or government corruption? I think both, pero...
Both.
Tingin ko.
We should address talaga.
Bakit po?
Like the ghost projects in flood control.
Ayun,
Yeah. So it's really, you cannot imagine it.
Yeah.
And like corruption kills. How many people will drown?
Ayun.
Yeah. They could have dredged the rivers, the rainwater harvesting, and so on. Yeah.
Plus loss of livelihoods, loss of their homes,
Yeah.
displacement.
Yung nga nasa book ko, it's 90% less expensive to address the hazards before they become disasters, aside from saving human lives, buildings, infrastructure, and agriculture. It's in my book.
I can't wait to see the patriotic architecture. So may pag-asa pa tayo.
Pag-asa pa.
May
We're
pag-asa
doing
pa
that
tayo.
at Palafox.
I'm going to
I'm
hunt for
excited
your
to see
books.
that. Yeah.
Postcards from the future.
And I like that. That's my takeaway, key takeaway today.
Yeah.
Where
Wala
can
pa
we
po,
get your
ginagawa
books?
niyo pa yung
Ginagawa.
book.
And
Are your books available in bookstores?
we've done 3 books, all sold
Alright,
out. The last one is Towards Resilient Cities. The one we're doing now, the Philippines 2050, well into 2100, a first world country, a first world economy.
Where
And it's
available?
all is in National Bookstore. You can find
Hindi
it.
pa yung postcards in 2050. In my speaking engagement, I say that. Even my speaking engagement abroad.
Okay.
Because it can be done. Address of challenges. The Philippines is 400 times the size of Singapore. Originally, Singapore is the size of Guimaras Island. Due to reclamation, there are now 73,000 hectares. It's 350 times the size of Hong Kong, 8 times Taiwan, 3 times South Korea. We have so much land resources, excluding our water resources pa. So it can be done.
Okay.
Yeah, very relevant yung mga discussion natin, especially with the flood that has been going on. So we really want to thank you so much for your thoughts, Architect Palafox, for joining us, and feel better, sir.
Yeah.
So, ulitin, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity to share. With this conversation, you might be saving more human lives.
Thank you. We will keep that in mind. A country cannot build a better future if it keeps fixing the same problems one election cycle at a time.
The real test of leadership is not what we build today, but whether what we build today can still serve the next generation. Again, I'm former spokesperson Relly Fajardo.
And former Press Secretary Trixie Cruz-Angeles.
And we are the Spokes.